Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile, Siege of the Atlas, Archnemesis League 3.17. In this episode, we got the Atlas passive skill tree. So I've done it all except for the final 32 points because, to be honest, I don't know for sure what I want to pick yet, and I don't want to commit people's points, and I'd rather leave these points open to your own whatever you want based on what's around here that you like. There's so many options, and there are obviously a bunch of good options, but this is the stuff we picked, and these are the priorities, and I think the points are front-loaded, so it's easier to get the beginning points and not the last points. Yeah, I misclicked this. Whoops. Okay, so I want to go just straight up through it because maybe people watching haven't seen this at all. It's a fully new passive skill tree. So I'm going to go and tell you what we focused on and go in order. So you can start off going through these points. What we already figured out in the beginning, Nasuna, give him credit for this. I did this, 5 points, and I was like, oh, you could also do these 5 points. It's the same. So then I took out this, and then he showed me, nah, Ethan, you didn't see this side. Whoop. Now you get a 3-pointer instead of 5, and you just skip the beast. It's like, what? Okay. And then this is already Blight, so distilled fungus. Blight bosses in areas drop an additional anointed jewelry item. Blight chests in areas have 10% chance to contain an oil extractor. What's an oil extractor? An oil extractor destroys an anointed item to create an oil that can be used to craft that anointment. So it's a random oil. So if you got a jewelry item with a golden oil, and then you got an oil extractor 1 in 10 from the chest, and then you could break down this anointed jewelry item, and you could maybe get this golden oil. What? That's awesome. You could also buy weird anointed jewelry items and break them down with oil extractors, and this is a part of the gameplay of PoE and trade now. Holy shit, that's one node, dude. So immune response is the same as before. Then we have this, planar tactician. This has to do with those scouting reports. So in this one specifically, it says 20% chance for Atlas reports in areas to drop as comprehensive scouting reports instead, which comprehensive scouting reports reroll all of Kurak Atlas missions, adding additional mission options that can include new outcomes. So it sounds like more map sustain. But you could skip it in the beginning. Same with this ritual. I have this ritual here, but to be honest, you could skip these and come back after. And what we do is we path through here. You could get this map sustain if you want. So this is 5% chance to have a 1 tier higher map. There's 3 of them, 25%. And then you come through here, and we get to the Blight. And more Blight. So this one has more nodes to get to it than this one, I noticed. So 3 and then the 2. And this is the 20% chance to contain additional Blight encounter, and it's 1%, 1%, 1%, 20. That's fat. And then 2 points of increased maps, and you get a more chance to contain maps, where this was 100%. Now it's 80, but it affects the entire Atlas, and we can also stack multiple Blights, so I'm not complaining. Then we can go up, and again, you can skip the ritual in the beginning, or you could take it. I might skip it. Same thing here, we don't go down yet for that ritual. We'd go to this Blight maybe instead. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And you get this. This is a 5-pointer, so 7 points to get there, where this was 2 to get to this, and you'd spend another 5 points of getting all this ritual. So by the time you reach this Blight, you could have that ritual, but did you really want the ritual, or did you want the Blight? Now you're at the Blight, and in 5 points you have all the Blight. So this is what I'm thinking. I could grab all this Blight, grab all this Blight, then go back, grab all the ritual that I skipped, and this map stuff. Then it'll be free. But in the beginning, I really, 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 really want Blight. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing what I want. I don't care. Varieties of items contain 1 Blight chest are lucky. And then we should have, maps found in area. 3% chance to contain an area. Chance to have an area contains a Blight encounter, which they nerfed this. But now we can stack the Blight encounters in a map, so it's better. We'll actually be using this Blight enchant more often, and it affects the entire Atlas. So again, I don't see that being bad. Oils found in areas have 25% chance to be 1 tier higher. Blight encounters in areas contain up to 1 additional Blight boss. But if I remember correctly when I read this one. Blight encounters an area spawn 100% more non-unique. Oh, okay. That has nothing to do with bosses. So there's the same amount of bosses. This is just a faster Blight. Okay. So if you struggled, you could take this off. But I'm pretty sure we're good, and I like the faster Blight. Because, yeah. Yeah, we're usually good. That's good. And then we have ritual, or ritual after ritual. And you can go for the re-rolling the scouting reports and the unique bosses. This is the maps. And then we can go... This is where it gets interesting at the end. I was like, where do I spend my points after this? Because we got all our Blight. We have our ritual. On this side, you also had access to Essence. And there was also Heist. But to be honest... I don't want a heist. Heist is dock leave. And from a streaming standpoint, people don't find it entertaining. So even though it's good, people don't want to watch it. So it's a dock leave. And Essence is probably good, consistent money every map. It might be better than the ritual, because you could print just like before tons of essence, but there's no essence on the map device. Ritual's on the map device. And then the other thing is the essence is kind of boring because you just go and you get some deafening and your shrieking essence, whatever. Whereas ritual, you can have such a wide variety of items and bases and stuff happening, and it's more like Blight. And they're both farming mechanics, where this is just essence. Very boring. And like the other one's Heist, which then you go into Heist more, or have to sell Heist, which is worse than Blight and Ritual in this case of streaming. I think if you were only about money, I think Heist is really good, and I didn't make a PO, like a passive tree for Heist. I'm kind of curious, since we have this. I'll explain the endgame after this, the endgame ones I took, but I'm just curious now. So you have these ones for rogue markers. This is a smuggler's cache. That's not very good. It's okay. It's every map. That's just free. Oh wow. So I guess, technically... No, this isn't good enough. Okay, yeah, you're looking in every map for a smuggler's cache. This might be good enough. This is new. So Heist got a new smuggling routes. Areas have 10% chance to contain a bounty target pack. And I was like, what the hell is that? Bounty targets drop a large number of rogue markers and can drop a contract. Is that more fun than the other things? And can it drop actual items too, not just, like, is it a monster? Like, adding a traitor? Anyways, back to this. So the endgame, I just wanted to explain the other options that we had instead of Ritual and Blight, because I think that would be people's first instincts instead of the endgame and skipping. There was other options. There's other stuff here too, like Delirium and Metamorph, but we skipped that. Delirium event. Then there's missions, there's masters, there's beasts, and there's alpha. And to be honest, from my own experience now, you don't really need those in the beginning. Once you've saved up tons of master missions, you can switch into them and use up your master missions. But that's after you do tons and tons of red maps. Or whatever map to, yeah. You could use it early, but you don't really have the master missions, is really my point. It's kind of like just doing them in the campaign. And now the end game. So we found that you could do synthesis maps on this Atlas passive tree without doing the end game bot. Like what? Okay, so this is so good now. Synthesis map, monster pack size, and then chance for a synthesis map to drop from unique bosses tier 11 plus. Yep, that sounds good. 0.5%. And then you synthesize unique items dropped into areas have 3 synthesized implicit modifiers. That's the same as before. So you get another 0.5%. And you have 100% increased effect of additional modifier on unique synthesis maps. That's if you're running them. But mostly it's about the drop. We want the chance to drop. And then we have another one. 0.5%, and then its monster synthesis maps have chance to drop 2% synthesized items. That's pretty cool. But it's mostly about the 1.5% chance to drop synthesis maps at T11 plus. So you want to get to T11 with these? That's good. That's good. You could even, honestly, you could get these before the ritual if you want, if you're killing it, if you're at T11 already. If you're a god gamer, depending on the Atlas completion, how it works out of where you're actually at. Same thing here. If you're at T14 and you're doing T14s, then you could be farming the T14 bosses for Elder Guardian maps, Shaper Elder Guardian maps, and Shaper maps. And so you combine all this together, and you're getting a fat 4% for each one. And then what I noticed, what I really liked here, is that you have all of the bonuses of the Elder Shaper that you would have gotten before, of the guardians helping each other, getting an extra fret, you know, all that stuff, and the extra Watcher's Eye 10%, and you won't have to unspec these. It's just part of it now. It's just all in one, which is way better than specking into 10% Watcher's Eye and then unspecking it just for the chance. But then I also noticed, so we have these 32 points, and I'm wondering about what I would do. And to be honest, okay, so the points at the end are these Maven ones. Defeat a map boss while witnessed by the Maven has 10% chance to count as also witnessing an additional random map boss. That sounds really, really good, right? So we'd probably do that. And then we would do maybe the +2 to the level of the has +2 to, wait, isn't that really hard? Wait, isn't that like a meme? Wait a minute. That's when you're really strong. You want those extra 2 levels. Yeah, that's like ultra endgame. That's like Awakener 9. But anyways, 25% chance for orbs of conflict found in areas to be duplicate. Yeah, so you could do this stuff, I think. And then there's also the Conqueror. If you wanted to farm Awakener, it's over here. You have to get these chance to drop Conqueror maps and increase Cyrus Awakener support gem and Conqueror's Exalted Orb chance from the Conquerors, and yeah, you could then just also buy Conq maps on trade, Conqueror maps, and do Awakener. But to be honest, this is Awakener 8, and I'm sad, and it doesn't even have an Awakener orb anymore, I believe, right? And it's called, and the other one's called Orb of Conflict from Maven now. Yeah. Dude, that's pretty good. 25% more Orbs of Conflict. And 25% increased chance of Awakened Support Gem. And you can get it from Conquer invitations. And just normal invitations now, right? Normal invitations can give Awakened Support Gem, so it's probably this. I don't know. I don't think I like the +2. And then, yeah. Since we've done all that, then you would think you could just do the other Conquerors, since I guess free maps, free extra Conqueror maps does sound pretty good. Just like having the other map sustain, this is the same thing, I guess. And it's Eldritch ones. That's only if I'm farming Elder bosses. But yeah, I just had to add that in, I guess, at the end, because we're all new to this, and it's pretty insane. And I did have the extra points. We still have 17. I think the end points would be pretty tough. The Heist is pretty neat. The Essence is pretty cool. I think Essence is going to be competitive again, like it always is. Let me show you all the Essence nodes. They're pretty good. They're really strong. I think it looks better than the Heist, because you don't really need the Heist nodes. But anyways, Essence. Yep, an extra Essence. That's guaranteed every map. That's already really good. And then more chances of another essence. And then we have monsters imprisoned by a shrieking essence in areas will be duplicated when released. So you can make them shrieking, more shrieking, because of using the corrupting thing. Corrupting imprisoned monsters in areas cannot release them. It fixes your thing from bricking it, like randomly releasing them. Essences found in areas are a tier higher, so increasing your chances of the shrieking. Essence does look pretty good. You're just going to be getting a lot of Shrieking Essence, and you'd have to ask, is Shrieking Essence good? Well, Blight's pretty good, Ritual's pretty good, and this endgame stuff. Sustain seems really good, and this is a pretty well-rounded tree. I think you can do a similar thing with essence, which will be really, really good for trade, especially. Just make big money. But, yeah. This is my choices. Going for what I wanted. It may not be the best, but it's what we want. We wanted the Blight, and we went down a Blight-efficient passive tree. I like this. I'm pretty proud of it. 17 extra points. This is where I'll leave it, I think. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. If you guys found any neat extra passive point notable that I didn't look at, because I mostly focused on this because it was already a pretty long video, already just doing this to get this out, leave a comment in the comment section below about a note I should look, and I'll type it in the thingy and I'll look, and maybe even say like which section of the tree or like what it does. If it's just the name, you know, maybe help me out. It'd be pretty cool. Oh, honorable mention, just because I just looked at it. Breach, dude. There's Legion, Breach. They have... The right side is so good, man. We got fucking shafted on the left. It's like, oh, we can't have anything good with Blood on the left. They got Harby, they got Expedition, Sulfite, Breach. This shit is disgusting. June, it's all on the same side. And Abyss. And it's the Abyss 5-node thing. Or 6-node, 6-node. Look at this. What the hell? It's all on the right side as far as fuck from Blight as possible. Because they know, dude. They know that... Oh my god, man. Damn it. we had to choose between our... Oh, man. Expedition? Why not, dude? Come on. I thought we were done with this region shit. Like, think about it. Think about it. We're actually in a new region shit. It's just different. Oh, Kirak. The Kirak stuff is actually really cool, too, and I think it's going to end up being really powerful. And I like the scouting reports and all of these nodes and how they sound like they synergize with each other. And the extra map sustain of going to the middle could also be really good. We could spec some of these points in the beginning here and then take them out later if we have issues with map sustain. But I'm hoping that this is just good enough. Yes. Let me know what you guys think again. And thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. If you guys like the video, hey, can we please hit 60 likes on this video? Thank you guys so much. Let's try to hit 60 likes in one day. And thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. And if you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And I assure you, the next video is going to be the league start. Why won't they update the goddamn POB? It's driving me crazy. Like, if I put out the guide early, the POB updates, and it bricks my POB guide, and I have to remake the whole thing. It's happened before, dude. I just really don't want that to happen again. But at least we have the Atlas passive skill tree, and dude, my league starter's sick. I hope you guys are excited, and subscribe if you guys are new.